All right, looks like we are good to go. It's always good when you gather your friends across the internet screen to make sure that all things are working just fine. Hey, everybody, Jeff with Gardner's Mattress and More. I have my friends on the screen for you today. We're going to be discussing all things related to CBD and why in the world would a mattress store get involved with CBD products? Well, the answer will surprise you at first, but then when you think about it for a second, it's going to make perfect sense. So, without too much further ado, I'm going to go around the clock. On screen, I have Mr. Frank Lombardo. Frank is a dear friend that I've known for a number of years and is the owner of Cook's Pharmacy in Shavertown, Pennsylvania, and has actually given me and my store and business partner and employees a lot of guidance and inspiration on what CBD is, how we can benefit from it, and why we should have it. So, welcome, Frank. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Yep. Great to have you, Frank. Thanks for joining us. And then I have President of Seed to System, Shane Mutter. And Shane is coming at us all the way from Longmont, Colorado. Hi, Shane.
Yes, sir. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for joining us. And then last but certainly not least, Christy Thiel and Michael Mowdy. They also are a part of the Seed to System team. And they're going to share with us their personal experiences about CBD as well. So, without too much further ado, and you all know me at this point, I'm Jeff Chinakovo, co-owner of Gardner's, and happy to bring together the folks that we have on the screen today to discuss why CBD is important for you, why you should maybe consider it, what you can gain from it, and we're going to kind of take a little deep dive into all things CBD related. So, without too much further ado, I kind of gave a little teaser. Why would gardeners get involved with, CBD at a mattress store? And I'm here to tell you the reason why. Because we truly believe that we're not just offering you a mattress, we're not just selling you a mattress. We're here to help you truly improve your life, truly help you sleep better, be more productive throughout the day, get the rest your body needs at night. And, as I learned from Frank and in discussions with Christy, that there's this system that we've got in our body that really gets ignored. Our body has it naturally. We're going to get into what that is, but we ignore it. And actually, our diet and exercise choices, our lifestyle choices actually draw this system down. And as much as I would love to tell you a mattress can be the thing that fixes everything in life, the reality is that it's just not the case. And we've never made promises like that to you anyway. So we're here today to discuss why CBD is important, why we're involved with it, and it's really to help you, sleep better, wake up better, and just have a better day. So I'm going to dig in with Frank. Folks might be asking and wondering, well, what in the world experience does gardeners have, and where do we get our experience from? So, Frank, why don't you share with everybody watching today what it is that you do? And obviously, we've been friends for a while, but you're a customer of ours. So, share what you do and share why you so believe in CBD products.
Well, I like to pull myself as a anti-pill pharmacist, if you will, believing in more natural remedies and getting at the root of the problem as opposed to a lot of pills and band-aids that traditional healthcare prescribes and I see every day. And I do that, but I always try to encourage people that there are options. There's better ways of handling problems. Talk a lot about how to work with your body, and certainly CBD does just that. And we'll get into the endocannabinoid system, and I'm sure everyone will be commenting about that. But Jeff, a good night's sleep is what you talked about, and that's so vital to health. The thing that CBD is so important is that it's such a potent anti-inflammatory. All disease is somehow going to stem from inflammation in the body, and the CBD is one of the most. It's the best natural, if not total overall product to reduce inflammation in the body I've ever found. And I got a ton of testimonials to that effect. I've used it myself for now several years. I recommended it to customers, patients, friends, and family. So I've witnessed this. I become a firmer believer as the days go on. That's kind of how I got started and what I do every day in my pharmacy.
That's awesome. And, knowing you, Frank, for a number of years, I've always known that you take that approach, that more holistic, healthy, natural approach to things. I've seen you do it personally in your life. We've had the opportunity to break bread together. So you even take it down as far as when we're even in a really nice restaurant, you still choose to kind of shy away from some of those things that might not be the best choice for you. So Frank is somebody that really does live this and breathe the idea of having a healthier, more natural lifestyle, and that's what this time today is all about. So Frank, you were a big part of kind of bringing this show together and inspiring us. We recently published Happy Days, Happy Nights, a guide to having CBD added into your life for a better self-care routine. And you authored a big chunk of this. We make we don't hide that at all. The reality is, you have the very specific medical expertise here to be able to speak about it. And so we worked out that you would allow me to use this in the compilation of the guide. So share with everybody why you think it. I think you agree. I think you agree. It makes sense for us to offer this product for our customers.
It makes total sense because you have to understand how things are tied in. And again, sleep is incredibly important for almost every function in your body. And we know that the lack of to all these, I see it all the time, again, in my pharmacy. And we sell a lot of sleeping pills because that's what traditional medicine talks about. It's what they know how to do. That's unfortunate, but that's where it's at. If we could, as far as the book goes, if I could just quickly say how that came about, I'd like to say that there was so much misinformation. There were so many different ideas from people thinking it's marijuana, not understanding legalities. I figured I got to put together something that's pretty simple. It's a little bit of technical information, but mostly somebody that can sit down in 15 or 20 minutes and get up to speed about CBD. And that's why I put it together. It's been very well received in my store and from other people and professionals that have even read it because I think it's just a good summary of what this product is all about and the things it can do and what it can and can't do.
Exactly. And I'm going to bring the Seed to System in team next. So real quick, think about who would like to answer this question. What makes CBD good quality and not good quality? I'm going to pass that baton in a second. Folks, we're here to tell you that what we can say unequivocally is that quality CBD is not found at the gas station inside when you go in to pump gas. All right. So quality CBD has inherent attributes to it. Seed to System team, what do you have to say about that?
I can't say enough about that. It's so true because you do get what you pay for. First of all, though, Jeff, I'd like to say, huge fan of yours. What you're doing in the mattress industry is incredible. So I appreciate you having us, and I do follow you every week, so I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on the show. In terms of quality, yeah, you have to look for where these plants are grown. If it's coming from the United States or outside of the United States, we have seen a lot of product imported into the country that is just not there. No test results, no certificates, nothing. The industry is pushing further and further for more higher standards, which is great. We want to be able to provide those higher quality products to our consumers and to our customers. And so you have to look for companies that are providing the proof in their certificates of analysis. For us, for Seed to System, we are homegrown here in Colorado in Longmont. Our factory is right down the street in Erie and in Boulder, and then we do all of our production in Longmont as well. And so what we try to shoot for is making sure the purity of the product is there. So not watering it down with a multitude of ingredients that's not going to produce the results that you expect. That's always been my thing, is you look on the back of the label and you see what's in that bottle. Is it the full hemp extract, the CBD product? How many other ingredients are in there that could attribute to a lesser quality product that would water it down? So looking for companies that are doing business here in the United States is first and foremost. I think the entire world is looking at the United States product and seeing the quality is much higher. And two is looking for where the products are coming from in terms of the chain of custody. So if it's grown here in Colorado, then where is that going to? Is it going to a facility that is manufactured with good manufacturing practices that are in place? A few years ago, it was common knowledge that people were just making CBD out of batches in their kitchen, and no quality control, no oversight, nothing. And I'm serious. We've also seen or actually heard stories of people trying to do it again in their garages, and fatalities took place because the extraction machines that they were Frankenstein engineering was blowing up and causing some major catastrophes. So it's a higher standard is what we're looking for in the industry. And so again, look for companies that are manufacturing with GMP certificates. They're going through a rigorous amount of protocols that the government puts in place for us. And then of course, looking where the seeds are coming from. Even Seed to System actually has our seeds grown right here at the facility that I'm sitting at, which is High Grade Hemp Seed, is the company that they're our partners. And so from seed to soil to oil to bottle, that's what Seed to System does. And we're very proud of that. And we feel like we can offer that quality product and that quality oil to people across the country and world. So hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for every consumer, there's ways you can research a product, especially when you're going to put it in your body. And I would think you could view what you're going to watch today, what you have watched, and the remainder as quality education that you can research on. You can go right on seed2system.com, the number 2, seed2system.com. Shane had talked about those certificates of authenticity. Is that right? Certificate of authenticity. COA analysis. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry. Leave it to the mattress guy to screw it up, right? Anyway,
You're fine.
the COA is on the site for all the products. So, and we would never put, look, we don't sell anything we're not going to put in your bedroom, and we're not going to offer you anything we're not going to put in our own bodies or on our own bodies. So that's, I think, a big testament to the partnership here. Let's bring in Christy and Michael. Get your thoughts on add to what Shane said about quality CBD, and then we're going to dovetail right into who should use CBD.
I'm happy to jump in here, Jeff. First of all, appreciate you guys having us on. Frank, I love everything that you're doing and the education the credentials. I think that's the biggest thing, and in terms of educating the consumers and the people out there who really just, there's just so many claims out there and all these things that are being said about CBD and the few people that are saying it cures or prevents all these illnesses. Those are the kind of it turns a lot of people off, and so you get some real data to back up the things that are going on. And one thing I love about this industry and where things are going is a lot of the funding coming back into science and research and all the different areas, whether it be autoimmune, whether it be tumor surveillance, whether it be all these different conditions that this helps modulate and balance, and whether it's sleep or the point is about CBD. I think, and Christy can speak a little more fluently on it, but it's just it helps your body find balance, at the cellular level, at the gene level. And so Frank, if you want to fact check me on that, we got Christy and I have ranked share on some studies, and we go back and forth, and we get in rabbit holes of research, and but there's just so many new advances and discoveries being made. For me personally, I was an NFL linebacker for 5 years, and so I was all about performance and sleep, recovery, and pain. Those were my big things, and that's what I really felt like it helped. Just for me, it was aches, pains. I've had 10 surgeries over the years, and I was really concerned about painkillers, and I didn't want to, I didn't like the way those made me feel, and I was looking for all natural kind of alternative to pain relief, and that this is really where that fit in, and it helped me sleep too. I found out I was sleeping better, and so I started tracking my sleep and doing some data myself, and then I just over time, 3, 4, 5 years of really just testing this stuff out for me, it was dealing with autoimmune as well, and I had a lot of things going on as a professional athlete, and then dealing with that kind of illness in my previous life. But that's what got me into CBD and wanted to really get into this industry. I know the supplement game, I know the human optimization and all these different, combinations of ingredients and dietary supplements. And so this is just one thing that's natural. And if you're doing it right, and you got the credentials to make products and the lab credentials to make sure it is what it says it is, and that quality method, and that's really what it's all about. Is people are buying, they want to find a product they trust, and with people that they can be approachable and kind of have a real conversation about it without, that are not substantiated. And that's where I think we find a lot of common ground in sleep, because in your world, Jeff, look, sleep is the best performance enhancer you can get. Really, a good night's sleep.
Absolutely is.
The less the less you sleep, the quicker you die. That's pretty much the formula. It's there's a fun fact I'll share, and this was a TED talk. The name is slipping, but they did a study in the Western population on when you spring forward on time, the time change, daylight savings time. So you lose an hour in spring. The rate of heart attacks and deaths due just from having like that much data on a 1 hour less of sleep, the numbers go up, into the 20 percentile increased rate of heart attacks and people, and then the same thing in the reverse. And when you fall back an hour, those numbers go down, into the high teens, 20%. So just so much data on sleep and its relation to health and optimization. So that's where it fits in the best to me in a lot of areas.
Well, great. Well, in
Do you
case
want me to piggyback on that?
yeah, real quick though, in case our watchers and listeners missed it, the question is who should be using CBD, especially quality CBD products. And in case you missed it, Michael is not only a former NFL linebacker, so CBD for him was about pain and about recovery and about sleep, as he shared. But for us here in Pennsylvania, also a proud Penn State grad, and I think that's very cool. I've had the fortune. My wife is a Penn State graduate, and I've got friends that have kids in college there now. So, if you can trust anybody, it's a graduate from Penn State here in Pennsylvania. That's what I have to say. So yeah, so yeah. So, and Michael, real quick, who the names, the teams you play for, just went right off the top of my head.
Penn State, to the Vikings, where I got drafted. I played there 2 years, and then the Saints for 3.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Well, again, thanks for being on, and I'm glad you're sharing how it's helped you. Christy, let's have you introduce yourself, and we've already introduced you, but let's have you share what you have to say.
Sure, and and thank you for having us on this show, because it means a lot to me. I'm a nutrition therapist, that people understand that they have an endocannabinoid system, and Frank's book and your book explain that so brilliantly and clearly how important where the system is, how important it is, and that it increases how our body communicates or signals. So the immune system in the gut, in the organs, in the tissues, in the brain, in the peripheral nervous system, they all need to be talking and hearing where they're all at in real time. And that's what the endocannabinoid system does. It's an adaptive system, which means if your immune system's revved up, it's going to bring it into balance. If your immune system is bottoming out, it's going to bring it up. But that adaptation or balance or homeostasis is something that we need to be contributing to every single day, because balance doesn't just happen because we're bombarded by things that decrease the signaling of the system, like toxins, stress, lack of sleep, poor nutrition, etc. The list goes on and on of all the things that attack this. And just like everyone's saying how important sleep is, so is decreasing your stress, because 95% of all illnesses can be contributor, upstream, have some aspect of stress to them. It's hard to fall asleep when you're stressed. It's hard to decrease and have an anti-inflammatory body, a body that's regulating its own innate levels of inflammation when there's stress. And the endocannabinoid system really keeps that stress more in balance. And that helps with sleep, that helps with pain. The endocannabinoid system signaling where the cries in the night are, where the imbalances are. And that's what's so brilliant about how hemp works, is because it's the endocannabinoid system superfood. And even though we get micro amounts of cannabidiol or CBD in spices and herbs and other plants, this is the superfood. And that's why so many people see amazing results, is because their endocannabinoid system is getting healthier and the communication's getting bridged and the body's starting to balance. So it's perfect for, in my opinion, everyone, because everyone has an endocannabinoid system.
I love the fact that CBD is a superfood for your body, because the only other superfood that I know of is kale, and I hate kale. I cannot stand kale at all. So, Frank, you're a pharmacist, right? So the question of who should use CBD. Now, I'm not going to ask you, obviously, we're going to be respectful of your clients, the people who come for your trust, but anecdotally, what can you share about folks that have seen benefit with CBD products that come through your pharmacy?
Well, I see it as a two-part question. First, who could benefit from CBD? If you said, Frank, who could benefit from a good multiple vitamin? I tell you, everybody. All right? I will make a case that everyone could benefit from CBD. If you have issues in your body, anything from anxiety to sleep problems, arthritis, and the list goes on and on, CBD will help almost everybody. And we've seen this. I've seen it personally. I can also tell you, if you want to keep things like inflammation, anxiety at bay, it's a good preventative to take every day. And that's where I feel like I'm at personally right now. Middle-aged guy, I don't have any aches or pains, but I take CBD every day, do a bunch of other things too. But I make that argument that there's a place for everyone with this product. It just all depends on how you look at it and how you research you want to do on it. What was the second part of the question? I forgot after I answered the first one.
Well, it was really about, I mean, I think it was a great answer for who should use it, but maybe is there anecdotally someone who comes through your pharmacy? I mean, I'm not going to pull any punches because we're not, I don't know your patients from Adam, right? So have you seen people with diabetes, with other more advanced ailments, gain benefit from CBD in conjunction, of course, with what their doctor prescribes?
Right. Well, the vast majority of the people that come seeking out CBD, for one reason or another, whether it's promotions we've done, the signs we put out, newspaper ads, information we try to get out, the vast majority are or elderly people, and I say elderly, probably I'm talking 60 and over, and they have pain. That is the vast majority of people that come in and say, look, I need help. So they're the ones we really target because, everyone else has something that most will figure a way to deal with it. But older people in pain, arthritis being, I've seen the biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that makes sense because of all the ways that CBD can help the endocannabinoid system with inflammation, right? So that makes perfect sense. Seed to System team, Shane, I know you have a couple really good testimonials. What about younger kids? Because I know you folks have shared with us the results that I've got some of the products that we offer at our store right here, and I know the CBD gummies. I know for a fact you guys have shared with us about how younger children to teenagers. Tell the folks watching how this product can help.
Yeah, well, actually,
And other
the younger
products for that
folks.
fact.
Yeah, no, I mean they're in the world we lived in the last year, everybody's stressed out, and I have to say, even my own children who are 14 and 12, and they have been taking CBD because, especially personally, my daughter, at the age of 14, a girl, you could imagine all the things going on through her body, and hasn't been able to really go to school, misses her friends, just joined the cheerleading team out of 100 girls. She made the team, and now can't even do that. And she's kind of an introvert. So it was very stressful for her. And then she started taking it because she was still, even my own child, thinking, this product right here was illegal. And I had to do a full-on session with her as to, the differences in the laws. But it really did help her. It helped her with sleep. It helped balance her body out so she wasn't staying up late at night. It helped with anxiety for her. But I get that across the board from our testimonials from our customers. And that's really the only thing that we have to go off of because, again, we can't make any claims. And so we just hear these things from folks that provide that information to us. So it's for the younger kids, it's primarily anxiety and stress. I will say that.
Yeah.
As you get into the groups, something that you had said earlier, Frank, about arthritis. I can tell you, arthritis knows no age, and you know that better than I do. But the consumers that are out there buying CBD for arthritis are seeing a lot of great benefits. People with their hands. I mean, you see them, they're curled up and hurting. It's helped. And I do have one specific case of a guy who was a bodybuilder, and he looked like a Mr. Atlas. And in his prime, I mean, you look at this guy and you say, man, he's got it all. Smart man and very good looking, and he's built. He works out a lot, and he got this debilitating disease and started using the Seed to System, the topical product. And he wrote me a long email, which I didn't want to post it and make it look, fictitious. But he said, Shane, this is the only thing that I can afford to buy right now that's helping me to walk. I have to apply this to the bottoms of my feet because my feet have this searing pain. And I just couldn't believe it because this guy went out of his way to write about a 3-page letter to me about how it's really saved him mentally because he used to be in such great shape. And now here he is down to withering away and almost with tears in his eyes writing this letter to me. So I see a lot across the board. We do have an amazing amount of people that provide feedback regarding sleep. I have one of my favorite stories is a husband and wife that are my age. I went to school with the husband, and they both own a restaurant. They own a restaurant together, and they cook side by side, and they're stressed out all the time. As you can imagine, this last year for them was even harder than ever. Yeah. And these people run a heck of a business. They have an excellent product, but they are very detail oriented because that's been their success, is making sure their clients they get the best product. This last year has stressed them out to no end, and I got a phone call one day out of the blue saying, I've heard all about CBD, and I know that we're longtime friends, so I trust you. can I at least try this? And I sent it to the wife, and she said, I've got to get this to my husband because he can't sleep anymore, and he's maxed out, and quite frankly, we're both just on edge. And about a week later, she called me and said that everything I had sent has helped out, and complete change in demeanor. And ironically, yesterday just placed another order for another 3 months worth of product, and it's getting them through all these tough times. So that kind of feedback, I can't pay for that. It's what CBD does, and it's what the quality product does. And we feel good about that, because if I wouldn't be doing this business, I wouldn't have left my family's business of 82 years to jump into this industry if I didn't really have true meaning and true value behind me helping somebody, other people. And I feel that this plant is one of the greatest plants, other than maybe garlic or something like that, onions. But there's so many things that this plant can do for you. Kale, and I don't want to mention kale because Jeff gets really upset. But it really is something that provides so much balance in our bodies, and hopefully that message of balance can go and make people share that better living with others, to actually bring more balance into this crazy world we're living in right now. So it kind of speaks volumes to that. But anyway, that's the testimonials we get, and you'll see it, Jeff, as more of your customers, and Frank, I know for a fact, you hear it every day. The more the word gets out there about the plant, the more benefits are going to come back, and the more we're going to hear that this is truly replacing the synthetics of the pharmaceutical companies and the things that are actually doing more harm than good. So I feel good about it. I feel great about everything we're producing. I love our team, and I love the fact that, Jeff, we're partners in a sense, working with you. It really is an honor.
I'll share real quick, I'm a self-deprecating kind of guy, so I'm not afraid to share my whole introduction to the Seed to System product. And we've mentioned this book that Frank originally authored, and I worked with Frank on compiling and adding to communicate CBD through the lens of sleep for my customers. You can get that, this guide right here. You can get that in the store anytime. We're open. It's free. You can pick it up. If you want to shoot me an email, jeff@gardnersmattressandmore.com. I'll make sure to get you one. Unfortunately, we learned this week having it on our website is problematic for Google. So we're in the midst of figuring out how we go that way. Shane's laughing. The Seed to System team's laughing because they know all about that, I'm sure. But anyway, my introduction to Seed to System was with this pillow. And folks, we're not going to go down this road so much because it's a whole other time to set. But you can have CBD in products, in fabrics, in this case, in pillows. I happened, if you look here, I'm a bourbon guy, and Booker's happens to be my favorite bourbon. So I got introduced to Seed to System by extension because at a trade show in Las Vegas one night, I may have had some bourbon. And normally when I have a decent amount of bourbon, I'll wake up with a headache. And I had this pillow given to me earlier that day by Maloof, who is a wonderful partner of ours and is a partner with Seed to System. They gave all their attendees this complimentary pillow. Well, as you know, pillows in hotels mostly are terrible. And I had the same experience that night. So I used this pillow, and wouldn't you know it, I did not wake up with a headache. And I can tell you I should have. For the amount of brown liquor I drank that night, I should have woke up with a headache. And that opened my eyes up to it, and that's why we're here today. So it's not just in products that you can put in your body with the gel caps. And Michael, I think you took a little CBD while we were right here on the line. Was that a spray? I think.
I did. You caught that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, a little bit afternoon, kind of just mellow out and just. It's almost the golden hour out here. We got another few hours.
Yeah.
Just figuring I'd get a head start.
So it's not just the products that you can put in your body with the gel caps and the drops and the sprays. It's also on, and then it's around, and I really think that adds to the total, as it's known in CBD circles, that entourage effect. There's and it's not just on and around your body externally. It's the quality of how the plant is taken from the field and put into the final product. It's getting all that good stuff in, and we're not going to go too deep into that because that's all well produced and presented in the guide. But Christy and Michael, you're very forward facing for Seed to System. Real briefly, let's touch on those folks that some of like one or two things or one or two instances where CBD has really helped certain people that you know of. Do you have anything that you can share?
Yeah, look, I got into this game and in this industry as I started testing products because I needed to find an alternative to pain. I had a natural pain management solution I was looking for, and I had a one-off season where I had 3 surgeries in a 10-month span, and I was really concerned about the potential of just becoming dependent on a pain medication. You just get to the point where your body just needs it, and I didn't want to get in that situation. I've lost friends to the opioid epidemic, and I play with guys that contract year and had to pop the Percocets just to get on the field, and throwing up in the toilets when they didn't have it, and that to me was just it's just ruined a lot of families and people that I've been close with, and I saw it first for myself what it was doing to my pain threshold. And, I was going from like morphine drip to Lawlet 5 days in the hospital to when my first day out of getting, split open. I was sitting around in the morning. I tried some sublingual CBD. It was another company at the time, but I realized it was, next thing you know, it was 6 p.m. and I really just didn't feel as much pain. And so that kind of got me intrigued about it. And I knew it was doing something to my threshold of pain, and so I started really reading about it and testing it, and then I started feeling it when I stopped taking it. I would feel pain again, my knee would start aching, and that really, over 2-3 years of taking it, and then after maybe take a big shot in the head during a game, and I would take it after a game, and I would feel, sometimes you get a little foggy the next day. This was. I would bounce back quicker. So there's the neuroprotective properties from the trauma. There was the pain really was like, once I got to know about it, how it modulates that signaling, and it buffers that transmission of the pain signaling. It was, this thing saved lives. This hemp extract, and because it's really. Look, there's an opioid epidemic going on in America. That's especially with the kind of the supply chain of that and everything that it's doing to families across America. And this is really all natural solution that's helped a lot of people and people I'm close to, including myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Christy, anything stick out to you?
Yes, I've been in the industry for over 5 years, mostly working with practitioners, and I can speak personally. The women that I speak to, and I speak to a lot of women, personally, it has helped my stress and anxiety. And I've always said that my stress levels were so high, and I'm so sensitive to stress that something horrible was going to happen. And when I started taking CBD, what I noticed is that my anxiety, my overwhelm, the withdrawal that I would need to do just from the amount of stress that was just in that feedback loop. It didn't matter how I ate or what I did because I was, supposedly doing everything right. I started observing myself going, gosh, I would have reacted this way. But with that tone and that signaling that was coming in and balancing out that dominant sympathetic sympathetic dominance, I was just becoming so much calmer. And 5 years later, being consistent with this, like Frank was talking about, I now believe I'm in a stronger prevention phase, and that things that I would have been trying to do, all the good things I was doing, they're just getting amplified by having hemp and a healthy endocannabinoid system. And my mom got off of her fibromyalgia medicine. And honestly, the testimonials of sleep go on and on and on. And all of this is unsolicited because a lot of times people are like, I'll try it, but they think it's too good to be true. And they're as surprised by the results as anyone because of their attitude, like, well, it's helped everyone else, it's probably a placebo effect. But the best thing someone can do is get on this, and if they think it's a placebo effect, get off of it. And that really is where the truth comes in. And then one more thing to back Frank up on the arthritis. The Arthritis Foundation did a huge survey of 2,600 individuals with arthritis, and 79% of those individuals said that they were taking CBD, had been taking CBD, and 89% of those people said that they were taking it for pain. And that's all posted on the Arthritis Foundation website. And so an ounce of cure, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's old school. We need a pound of prevention these days. And a healthy endocannabinoid system really supports that.
Well, I can speak to, these are folks, I cannot say, Christy, help me out. What do I have in my hand?
Looks like a 3,000 dropper there.
But no, what is this called?
Tincture.
There it is. I cannot say that
that
word.
is called your tincture.
I have the hardest time saying
Tincture.
it.
Tincture.
Yeah. Anyway, I can speak to the stress level and how you would respond. Listen, as a business owner, I take a responsibility for all the families that work for us. Shane, I think you probably have that same approach. 2020 challenged all of that leadership mechanism, challenged me as a leader in my own family. I've got teenagers. This year hasn't been, I haven't had the cure or the way forward any better than anybody else. But I have had, as of recent, and I would say as of recent, since August of 2020, CBD in my back pocket. And for me, it's been just tremendous. Tremendously helpful to kind of even me out, and for all the aches and pains that I have from football, wrestling, motorcycle accidents, dirt bike accidents. Right there, just unscrewing that to show you I'm using this stuff, and we all use it at Gardner's. We all use it in one way or the other for our own reasons, but we all see benefit for sure. There we go. We all see benefit for sure of what we use personally. So give me a second. I'm gonna put up. Frank, you've seen the little the daily map, right? Because I want to talk about how, there's a lot of products to choose from, and let's talk about why we would choose what. But I want to put up this graphic here. So give me 1 second.
And Jeff, while you're putting that up, I just want to plug in one more thing about stress. It's not that you aren't going to stress out when you take this, but your body becomes much more resilient. So the effects of the stress and the inflammation and the spectrum of PTSD that most of us can relate to are decreased significantly. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. So I've got this up. So folks, I worked with the Seed to System team to communicate what you could use and when it might make sense for you to use it. Now I want you to understand, first and foremost, if you're seeing your doctor and you have a specific illness, ailment, disease, listen, no one on this video that you're watching is a doctor. Okay, we're not here to overstep. Likewise, you should talk with your doctor possibly about how these products are going to affect anything you're on. All right, so that's my disclaimer. But we have a number of products, and they go in your body and even on your body, and adding those in as a full around the day routine for me is what's been really a game changer, because I'm a hard case like for anything and everything. Going back 5 years, I almost lost my left leg to a bone infection, and the infectious disease doctors were stunned at the amount of antibiotics that I needed to take and for the length that I needed to take them. So I'm like I'm a hard case no matter what we're talking about. So for me, CBD is not just the drops, it's not just the salve, it's the gel caps, it's the deodorant, which I actually really like. The bath bombs, I'm not afraid to say it. That purple bath bomb, I love, and I throw it in my hot tub, and I think it's great. All right. So who wants to jump in on the round the clock, the daily routine, and why somebody would maybe choose one product over another and when?
Christy is our specialist and our education director. So, Christy, I'm calling you out.
Well, let's see. And then, of course, anyone just pitch in. But where are we going to start? You want to start at the morning?
Sure.
The deodorant, again, we get so many unsolicited testimonials about this is the best deodorant I've ever used. I personally agree with that. I'm looking for something clean. It goes right into the lymph system. There's so many benefits because CBD is a fat-soluble molecule. It has tons of receptors throughout the lymphatic system. It is just a beautiful match to set your body up for all the things it's going to regulate through the day. And then the Cayenne Salve, of course, when you put cayenne on your skin and there's receptors all over your skin for cannabinoids, it draws circulation to that area topically and locally, and then you get all the synergy of the other ingredients in there, including, of course, the CBD. So it's oxygenating, it's anti-inflammatory, it's corrective, etc. We'll pick Frank's brain on a few other studies. And then midday, well, it's certainly time for a capsule for me because I need it in my gut. That's where we make that's where our immune system is. That's where we make a lot of neurotransmitters like serotonin. So I need to be personally, and most of us need to be personally at our best, and that we can have improved cognition and memory and focus. And that really sets up our entire systems for that self-talk and communication that has to be on to do our jobs. And then the gummies, they're just a really good thing to pop in every once in a while if you need a treat without the cheat. That's the best way to explain that. And the roll-ons, my gosh, you could use these all day long. Pre-workout, post-workout, whenever there's an ache and a pain, they're such a concentrated one, and that's all Michael Mahdi's foundation. The terpenes, the herbs, the essential oils. This formula, I don't want to do it injustice by saying anything less than absolutely amazing, and the science that goes behind that product is deep, and they put a lot of time and attention in that formulation, and obviously the results will speak for themselves. Don't take my word for it.
We made it to work. That's for pain. If I'm using it on my neck, surviving a couple of dozen car crashes every Sunday, I got one in my bag everywhere I go. That roll-on is a bio-freeze, but it's all plants and all natural, and almost triple the potency so that you feel it.
Very cool.
And I will add that I watched as Michael went through the R&D of this product for months, and his mindset was, okay, just got out of the NFL, I'm aches and pains, got to figure out a formulation that's going to work for me, and he did that, and of course it quickly spread because once we got it out there to the public, and then started passing it around some of his former teammates, the word spread pretty quickly. The product works very well, and I used it. But the amount of effort and time and the research was amazing. We worked with all of our team to come up with this product, and I'm telling you, genuinely, it is an amazing product for aches and pains on bones, muscles, what have you. I just used it the other day because I hadn't worked out in a while, so I was having some Dom syndrome going on there, and it kicked me right back into shape. But something that I'm really proud because having Michael formulate this, and then having folks like some of the professional tennis coaches, some of the former NFL players that are using this product for us, is a real pat on the back. So anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
keep going.
No, that's fine.
Oh, no, Jeff, your customers will love this. I mean, all of these could be bestsellers because they all work. The tincture, of course, is sublingual, so not on top of the tongue where there's taste buds, but underneath where there's blood vessels. That's where it's going to get into and through your system the quickest. And then, like you said,
These
no
are great.
shame in expressing your love and gratitude for the bath bombs because
These are a lot of fun.
the skin is your largest organ. And when you're soaking in a tub and all your skin is just open and receptive, this is such an ideal delivery system. And then to top that off with salve is this is skin food. Just like we called hemp a superfood for inside the body, your skin signals. Your skin is relaying information. It's almost like the cell membrane of our body telling the outside world, connects to here, and then it relates to what's going on. It's really important to feed your skin with good food, and all food is information. So the information that's coming through these products is it can only really do the right thing, which is let your body course correct and figure out where and what needs rebalancing. And everything works better in balance. And I'm so impressed with this chart because people do need guidelines, and they do need their hand held a little bit around products. And all your people, you can't do it wrong. I always encourage people to be a little experimental because of how safe and how well designed we are for hemp.
Yeah. And I wanted to put forward, thank you for the compliment. And, thanks back to your team for helping me take, my crazy ideas that I always have and push them forward. But the Happy Nights Lavender Salve really works great for joints. I mean, I use it on my shoulder. I use it on my knees. I actually am recovering I'm a hot mess. I'm recovering from a fractured ankle. I've been using it on that. But I've been using it for something else. And my one salesperson at the store, Andrew, he uses it this way. He uses it on his hands. He has a little bit of psoriasis. And he immediately, the day he put it on, within maybe 10 minutes, felt immediate relief. And that's the product he uses and sees tremendous benefit with. But for me, I'm a pretty open book. I'm not afraid to share. So I think, there we go. So my face, I get these little bumps, and it's from oily skin. And no matter what I do, it just seems to be something that I have in life. It's whatever. I've also got this little bump here. And I point those out because if I wasn't using the Happy Night salve on my face, though, this spot on this side would be bigger, a lot bigger, more bulbous, and this spot would be more red. And I've been using it on my face proudly, happily, because the alternative is those spots, I would go get them burned off my face, like literally a little thing that you might use to solder metal together, they put on your face and burn them off. And I've been using this, and it's really, it makes me feel better about myself. I'm not afraid to say it. It was something I was self-conscious with. So, Christy, real quick, and then I want to talk about how we can support folks that we might meet through Gardners, through my customers, how we're going to take care of my customers. But, Christy, real quick, talk about some of the other benefits that the Happy Night salve can do for people.
Well, personally, I have this at my desk. I have it actually all throughout my house. I use it under my eyes and on my lips and all over my face because of the amount of receptors on there and how this modulates and literally every single layer of your skin has receptors for cannabinoids. And so it's anti-inflammatory, just the properties of the arnica in here and the calendula and the CBD in there. It's very corrective. It's anti-inflammatory. So when we see, and this is, Google this, acne and cannabidiol or CBD, psoriasis, like you said, rashes, bug bites, eczema, etc. These are imbalances. And what the body really needs are foods and information so that they can start reducing the inflammation and the analgesic effects. And, we don't have to wait until things go wrong to start putting good things on our skin. So I don't have pain on my face, but I certainly don't want to age faster. And CBD is also known, it's also well researched, and it's a stronger and more potent antioxidant than vitamin C and E. And your skin needs antioxidants because we're bombarded with free radicals all the time. And so analgesic effects, anti-inflammatory effects, balancing, signaling, etc. The formula is designed to get people results. And if you don't have pain, keep it that way by protecting your skin.
Yeah, wonderful. Yep. I mean, my wife uses it. She likes it. I like it. So we have the Happy Night Salve in our store as well. Frank, how are we? So you extended something that I think is very gracious. Cbd System team, you've extended a very gracious offer to help the Gardner's customers with CBD. So, like anything, our commitment to service, I'm going to go back on screen. So give me 1 second here. There we go. Our commitment to service is that we're going to make you happy. I mean, we have a wake up happy guarantee. We really mean it. We really do it. And it extends through this product too. So Frank, you did a wonderful job really kind of putting forth the bulk of what's in our guide, Happy Days and Happy Nights. But you extended something very gracious, and that is you're willing to get on the phone with our customers. Is that correct? And what might you, how would you help somebody if they were to be on the phone with you?
Well, just like I do here in the store, we want to first find out what the problem is. What have you tried? And give them some background about CBD. And if they feel more comfortable talking, in this situation, honestly, if they feel more comfortable talking to a pharmacist and guys in a mattress store, and you will get some people like that. That's why I figured it would be a good fit. Do that, and I'd be happy to help out.
Well, wonderful. I really appreciate. I mean, Frank, you're a dear friend, and that's just it's really amazing to me to be able to extend that to our customers. Now, listen, I want you to read the guide, right? Like we want you to read the guide. I don't want you to have not had any conversation, not have watched this video. But listen, if you have more questions, we're gonna connect you with Frank. Cbd System team, how can you help? What resources do we have for Gardner's customers in that regard?
Well, Cbd System, our protocol is this: we get requests, inquiries every day. And I will say that Christy personally answers those requests. And if she can't get to them that day, she gets to them within 24 hours. Her master's degree in nutrition and her experience in the industry, the amount of the network that she has of doctors and researchers is tremendous. So you reach out to her, Christy at cbdsystem.com, CHRISTY at cbdsystem.com for any direct questions. I would also like to say that every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Mountain Time on Facebook, we do a Hemp Your Health segment, and it lasts roughly 30 to 45 minutes. We are now in our 29th week in a row of having a guest come on and talk about CBD. Frank, you're probably going to get a call if you haven't already. I think so. To be a guest, there you go. But what we're trying to do, Cbd System is not just a product company. We're not just a farm or a seed genetics company. Our true mission is to educate and to bring about the stories we talked about today, some of the testimonials, We do talk a lot about Michael and his experiences with 10 surgeries in just a handful of years. That speaks volumes to a lot of folks, and a lot of people do reach out to Michael because they have specific things that he's gone through. We are all about education. We
great.
want this plan to help people, but that's what it's all about for us. So you can reach us through our website. There's various email addresses on there. And we love to hear from you, and we want to help you. And if we can't do it personally, then of course we have teams of doctors that we have on the sidelines that are there to help guide as well, with a lot of years of experience. But again, every Tuesday, Hemp Your Health. You can even go on our Facebook page now and see the past episodes. We've even had doctors that just a couple months ago were at the forefront of studying how CBD was affecting or assisting with depressing the COVID, pandemic. So I mean, there's studies out there for everything that CBD is involved in, and we're just trying to get that information out. So let us be. We may not know everything, but we want to be here for you as best we can.
Well, wonderful. Thank you. So next steps, folks, real quick. So Gardners, we have in the back of the guide. Another reason to get the guide is we've got some little offers for you. We do a little CBD bundle, okay? That's the deodorant, the soap, which is what I use on my face, along with the salve. But the soap, the bath bomb, the deodorant, 10 gel caps to kind of get you started with getting it into your body. And then, of course, the Happy Night salve. So that is normally $157. We do it as a bundle price introductory for $99. Another way, if you need a pillow and you're really into the idea of CBD and you want it to be a 24/7 effect, if you purchase a Maloof pillow for $199, I'll give you the bundle, include that with the pillow. Okay, so that's a nice value. Or if you just want to dip your toes in the water, I'm a jump off the diving board, no water below, I'll figure it out on the way down kind of guy. But if you just want one item in the back, there's a coupon for 10% off, any purchase you might make. Maybe that's the deodorant, maybe that's the salve, whatever you like. We're here to discuss it with you. Folks, I want to say thank you for your time. I know we ran a little bit longer than expected, but I hope I didn't mess you up too much. Frank, thank you, everybody. Frank, thank you so much for joining us. Christy, Michael, Shane, thanks, everybody. Really enjoyed our time together today.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having us.
Yep.
All right, Jeff. It's an honor.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Bye.
See you.
Bye, guys.
This conference is no longer being recorded.